Sam Sharp Square. Member of Parliament for West Central, St. Andrew. Prime Minister 1 term. Prime Minister 2 terms. Prime Minister 3 terms. Andrew Michael Holness.
Andrew Holness, they are the team well strong. JLP, me say the thing up. From road work to work. We not ease up, prosperity around. The whole place turn up. Andrew in our place, tax cut we a support. Everything good, yeah, the money just a float. Get on, look, great, this is nice quote. Believe not yourself, people and not
Sam Sharp Square.
If we not progress, it up for sure. A road up, we fix up.
Sam Sharp Square.
Mommy want roof before this time blow.
Rise to the occasion. Because I'm solid as a rock, they just can't stop me now.
They can't keep a good man.
You're looking good. Don't worry. 1 p.m. You're looking good, Sam Sharp Square. I want to thank all of you for coming out this evening. I have been around the western parishes, and I can tell you, the momentum is not only with the Jamaica Labour Party, the momentum is increasing daily for the Jamaica Labour Party. You look good. Tonight, I am not only talking to Sam Sharp Square. Tonight, I am talking to all Jamaicans, overseas and here. I'm talking to all Jamaicans in Western Jamaica, in Central Jamaica, in Eastern Jamaica, and Southern Jamaica. I'm talking to all Jamaica. 9 years ago, this country faced high debt, high unemployment, high crime, high taxes, poor public services. The country was at the brink of collapse. Since taking office, your government has created over 280,000 new jobs, never before in the history of Jamaica. We have cut poverty in half, never before in the history of Jamaica. Jamaica is the only country in this region that has a freely floating exchange rate. Gone are the days when people used to worry about the depreciation of the Jamaican dollar. Those days are gone. We have a very stable and strong currency. Crime is at its lowest in 30 years. We have cut murders in the last 3 years by 55%. This is the lowest it has been in over 30 years. For the first time in over 30 years, murders will go below 1,000. In fact, we are trending now more to 700. And that would be the lowest it has been since the 1980s. These are incontrovertible facts. Incontrovertible. Now, we are at a crossroads as a country. The argument about a good performing government is one. The Jamaica Labour Party has won that hands down. And when you have won the debate about performance, all that your opponent can do is resort to slander and lies. Now, the conversation must move on to what will the Jamaica Labour Party government do in its next term. Number one, the Jamaica Labour Party will continue its good performance, because it is that good performance that gives confidence and credibility to you, the people, and to the investors who want to come and put their money in this country. They can be assured, and you, the people, can be assured of good government and good governance, because that is the basis of growth and development, and we will continue good government, good governance. But many of you here gathered want to hear not some pie in the sky promises that don't make sense. Some of you just want to hear, will we get our water in our homes, in our pipes, that when we step into our bathroom and we turn on the pipe, we can say, shower, shower, shower. And under the Jamaica Labour Party, you can be guaranteed that we pay attention to the basic needs of the people, to the basic public services that you want. Since our administration, we have delivered water to 350,000 households that have not had water, some for their entire lives. Some communities from they were established hundreds of years ago never had water. The Jamaica Labour Party delivered water to them. In our next term, we will deliver water to 900,000 Jamaicans who either don't have water, have unreliable water, or have water that is inconsistent in supply. That is not a promise. That is work in progress. Already, we have launched the Northwestern Water Resilience Project that will harness and utilize the water coming from Martha Brae and Great River, that will replace the pipeline that goes from Trelawney all the way up the northern spine. And we will improve that with greater pumping, storage, and lift capacity, so that this entire area of the northwestern parishes can have reliable and consistent and good quality potable water from Trelawney to Negril. That's not promise that is going to be delivered, because the work has started. In the central part of the country, we have already started work on the content water supply project, where we will take 15 million gallons of water from the Rio Cobre River to supply parts of St. Catherine and Kingston and St. Andrew to end the water lockoffs when there is drought in the country, in that region. That is not a promise. That is already work in progress. And we have already started work on a major water supply project for Clarendon and Manchester. Massive project. It's the pumped hydro storage project where we are going to be using the cutting edge technology. We're going to take water from the sea. We're going to use solar energy to pump the water up to the hills of Clarendon. We're going to store it in a reservoir, and then we're going to gravity feed it down and create electricity at the same time. And that will provide water to the plains of Clarendon, to South Manchester. Already underway is the Pedro Plains project that will provide water in St. Elizabeth and Manchester. And already underway is the Greater Mandeville Water Supply Project that is bringing water from St. Elizabeth, taking it up the hills into Manchester through Spurtree, providing the Greater Mandeville with water. 900,000 Jamaicans will have reliable and consistent and good quality water because this government is not making any promise or talking. This government has run the economy well. Many of you here have come like people watching, whether you're watching me live on social media, big up TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, big up, big up, big up. And of course, for those of you watching us live on television, big up. Many of you have come to hear about housing. Let me tell you something about me. I was born in Spanish Town, as you know, at the Spanish Town Hospital. I left there and went to live, basically I was grown up by my great-grandmother. It was a 2-bedroom board house. My grand-aunt occupied one side and me, my grandmother, my sister in one side. Then when my mother, who was a civil servant, she decided that she wanted us to come and live with them, we get rent house, a little 1-bedroom, and we live with her in Central Avenue in Hampton Green. Until she was able to work and she buy an NHD house in a place called Riverside Park in Spanish Town, and that's where I grew up for the rest of my life. Nobody can tell me about the struggles of trying to find a house, whether to rent or live. I understand it because I live it. And that is why when I became Prime Minister, after the PNP tried to tear me down because I was ambitious enough to build a house, that many of you share the same ambition to build a house. The PNP don't understand. They don't understand it. They believe they could tear me down. But by tearing me down, they are tearing down the dreams and ambitions of all the young people who are graduating from school, working hard, who also want to build their own homes. So I say thank you PNP. Thank you for your slander and lies. You have made me stronger. Because you know what them say, when not kill you, make you stronger. I am a stronger man today that I can stand above them and not sink to the gutter in which they are in.
You make me stronger. Oh, come on.
So the message to them and their paid minions who try to float lies against me, God nah sleep. So when I got the opportunity to be Prime Minister, the first thing I did, having grown up in an NHT scheme, I gave a directive to the NHT that all NHT housing schemes built between 1976 and 1986 must be upgraded. Their roads must be fixed, their sewer must be dealt with, their exterior must be repainted, and if there are shared walls and there are leaks, those must be corrected. 76 of the 100 housing schemes have already been done, and the other 76 are underway. We haven't said too much about it, but for every Jamaican who live in one of those housing schemes, they know that this is the case, that we have gone about repairing and upgrading their house. That was the first thing I did, and I did it because I know what it is to live in an NHT house. Now, the problem with housing in Jamaica, and I'm talking now to young people, because we are a society that looks and is led. We look at how things sound and how it feels. We look at emotions. Emotion is good. Emotion shows passion. But we are at a critical juncture now, where if we get swept up by emotion, we can be misled. So I see some young people saying, boy, I like this idea of the $500,000. I explained that. You notice that not come up again. Because it would be an inequity. So what happened to the man who's been working all his life? He not deserve the $500,000 too? It don't make sense. Right? Because you're giving a benefit only to one group, the other groups don't get it. Then now they come with something called rent to own. On paper, it is a good idea. In fact, I already announced a rent-to-own program under the new social housing program. And that is being developed as we speak. But that rent-to-own program solves a different problem from what the PNP is trying to solve. Now, what the PNP is trying to tell you is that any house out there, you can go and rent it and then try and own it after. Let me explain to you. The first thing is, where is the house? The problem is not rent to own. The problem is not finding deposit. The problem is not qualifying for mortgage. The problem is a shortage of housing for people to live in. We are not producing enough houses in Jamaica faster than people are demanding the houses. And this has been the case for the last 40 years in Jamaica. We have a deficit of 150,000 houses in Jamaica. That is the real problem that no fake solution can solve, and the only way to solve that is to build more house in Jamaica. The Jamaica Labour Party started that project. We are on our way with 70,000 houses. The NHT has 53,000 houses in planning, construction, procurement right now. And those houses will come in the next 5 years. We have committed to building another 60,000 houses. You know what the impact of that is going to be? The more houses come on the market, the price of the house go down. And when the price of the house go down, the cost of the mortgage also goes down. What we need is to unleash the construction energy in Jamaica to get not just public but private sector people to build more houses. We have committed to build another 60,000 houses. And let me tell you how that is going to be done. They see the road program that we're doing. And them cost we say we are highway government. You see that highway we're building from Kingston going all the way around to Port Antonio. Them look at it and them want to criticize it, but they can't criticize it. But that highway has opened up new lands for development. Right now, we have over 8,000 applications for housing in the St. Thomas corridor running along the new highway. The Williamsfield Highway that we have just done, we have opened up new lands there for housing as well, and you're going to see a whole heap of housing come along that stretch in Clarendon. Not to mention what we have done here with the perimeter road, that is going to open up more opportunities in lands for housing. And we're not stopping there. As soon as the perimeter road is finished, we are going to start a new road and a new alignment that will go around Hopewell, Lucy, Sandy Bay, carry you right up to Negril, a brand new roadway. Listen to me. The present roadway, no matter how you fix it, it is always going to give you trouble because it is too close to the sea. Climate change is a real thing that impacts our infrastructure. And so we are going to move the road inland. But as we move the road inland, we are also opening up and making accessible new lands along those roads. So you're going to have a new set of housing emerging in Hanover and Westmoreland, where the housing demands there are very high. In St. Catherine, in Minister Tufton's constituency, we have asked the NHT to coordinate a new master plan for the greater Innswood area. That alone will bring 15,000 new houses onto the market. So the PNP come with a whole heap of talk, but the Jamaica Labour Party comes with the substance of what needs to be done to move Jamaica from poverty to prosperity. Stick with the better plan. Stick with the people who understand the issues. Stick with the people who have a better understanding and greater competence of delivery. And we will launch a 1 in 5 and a 2 in 10 program so that teachers and nurses and members of the security forces working in the public sector can receive a 1% mortgage interest reduction after 5 years and 2% interest reduction after 10 years. That is on top of the already low interest rates that the NHT gives. I know that for many of you here, you live on land for which you have no security. Land passed down through your family, but you have no title. The PNP come and they promise how they go and give everybody land. Let me explain something to you. and I don't take back no chat. Squatting, informal communities, irregular settlement is created by the PNP. The PNP introduced chaka-chaka-ism into this country. The PNP introduced disorderly spatial development into this country. I want you to understand me. I went to a community called Naysbury Grove in Minister Tufton's constituency. Listen to me good. I want all Labourites to listen to me good. Naysbury Grove had its start under Operation Pride. Now, I want every Jamaican to own a piece of Jamaica. I want every Jamaican to have title for the land that they have. So and this is what pained my heart, you know. The objective of Operation Pride is something that I agree with. The country needed an Operation Pride. But the truth is, you can't leave these kinds of projects up to the PNP. They can't manage it. You will have policy drift under them. But as you know, Operation Pride was the most corrupt public enterprise in Jamaica. I stand here 30 years after Operation Pride as Minister of Housing, and I can tell you that under my watch, there has been no informal settlement created, sponsored or tacitly supported by the government, no chaka-chaka development sponsored or created by the government. Jamaica has turned the corner on chaka-chaka development because this administration does not stand for chaka-chaka development. I want you to listen to me good. I spend a lot of my time and I give direction to public resources to resolve much of the Operation Pride problems. In Minister Montego's constituency, we are spending over $2 billion to put in road, water and sewage in a housing development started by the PNP. They said to the people, see the land there, go and settle it, and we take care of it after. 20 years after, people don't have no sewage, people don't have no water, people don't have no road. That was Operation Shame. We are the ones bringing pride to that housing scheme now, and we will be the ones to bring pride to Naysbury Grove. Let me tell you this. I went there to Naysbury Grove to issue out titles because we are the ones doing the titling now. And the people come to me and they say, Prime Minister, they tell me to come and settle the land. They tell me to live here. They're not giving no survey. They're not putting no water. There is no pathway. Them just did it. Them just did it. So now, we have to rectify that. And that is why my administration changed the law to introduce something called systematic titling. We have done over 12,600 titles under that, where you don't have to come and get your title. We come to you. In the next administration, we will do 25,000 titles per year under this new law that we created. So every Jamaican can get a title, a diagram, a surveyed area of the land that they own.
Do so much already, now we do it. We do it. Jamaica Labour Party, yes we do it.
And Minister Montego remind me that there are many churches all over Jamaica. You know, they say Jamaica has probably the most churches per square mile. Many of them don't have their titles. We're going to create a special window for the churches to come and sort out their title. I went to a community in Westmoreland, the name escapes me right now, and the thought just hit me that we have titles for persons who bought land from the government, but they haven't finished paying for the houses. They bought the land 30 years ago, and they have very little balances, and the titles are sitting in the vaults. And I just said to them, listen, go and investigate what it would cost the government if we said, if you owe $150,000 and you have been paying, but you just owe it, what would it cost us to just give you the title? And they came back to us and said, Prime Minister, it would not be a major cost, a fiscal cost, meaning it wouldn't cost you, the taxpayers. And so I have already announced, but I'll repeat it again, we'll put in an amnesty in which persons who owe $150,000 or less on the lands that they are now occupying, that they have purchased from the government, we will give you your title and write off that debt.
We do so much already, now we do it. We do Jamaica Labour Party.
And if you haven't been paying, come talk to us. We'll put you on a plan and a program and get you on the path to getting the title for your land. Over 660 roads are being repaired in Jamaica today under the Spark program. It's a $45 billion program. We started out as a road program, now it's a road and water program. We are committing to Spark 2 in the next term of the Jamaica Labour Party, where another 660 roads right across Jamaica will not be patched, they will be totally rehabilitated. And those roadways, listen to me carefully now, those roadways are not highways. These are the roads that take you, they run past your gate, and they take you from your community to the highway. They are the roads that run through the towns. And all of these roadways that are used by route taxis, or there is a transportation network around them, a part of the rehabilitation of the road is the erection of proper bus stops, taxi stands, and transportation centers that will ensure that our citizens can move about in dignity and convenience. So when we say we're building a road, the road is not just asphalt. The road involves sidewalk, it involves water main, it involves conduits for telecommunication and fiber optic cables, and it also involves bus stops, bus stands, and taxi parks. Through cooperation with the United Kingdom, 48 bridges, critical bridges across Jamaica, will be repaired. That's not a promise. That is already underway, and you will see that materialize in the third term of the Jamaica Labour Party. When I took over as Prime Minister, unemployment was 13.3%. 13.3. Today, unemployment is 3.3%. We are practically at full employment. This is the lowest it has ever been in the history of Jamaica. The lowest. We did that. And you know, many people never thought that Jamaica could reach that stage. I want to say something to you here. There are two ways to prosperity. Two ways. One way is through peace. There are a lot of Jamaicans experiencing prosperity through peace. I toured South Sav yesterday, and this afternoon I toured Mount Salem. I toured those places 10 years ago. And when I went there, people were afraid to come out. People pushed their curtain away and pushed their head through the window, peering out to see who was out there. They didn't want to come out. Today, it was like a carnival atmosphere, people moving about, everybody is out, nobody have to worry. My God, if there is one thing that I am proud of as Prime Minister, that I can say I have achieved, that is that the people in those communities that were all under siege are now free. They are enjoying prosperity through peace. That is the zone of special operation. When we started, we had targeted 20 communities. These were communities that were at war and the murder rate was increasing. Today, I ask you, Sam Sharp Square, tell me one community in Jamaica that is at war and the murder rate is increasing. Tell me one. The Jamaica Labour Party has transformed this in Jamaica. We are putting Jamaica on the path to peace and prosperity.
JLP cares for Jamaica. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
The other route to prosperity is work. Because of our history of enslavement, work has been given a bad name. But we are transforming work in Jamaica. We work to earn, but we work for our health, our mental health. Work is good. It keeps you fit. We work to protect our environment. We work voluntarily to give back. Work is good. And under the Jamaica Labour Party, employment has increased. There are more Jamaicans working now than ever before. More Jamaicans are therefore independently earning their income. More Jamaicans can consume a better quality of life. No wonder the number of motor vehicles in Jamaica has doubled since the Jamaica Labour Party has taken power. You drive around any community in Jamaica and you can see that in every 10 houses, at least 3 houses are either repairing and another one is building. Jamaica is experiencing prosperity through work. But we know that if we don't solve the labor shortage problem, it could stifle the growth. Already we have the LIFT program and the CARE program, where we are literally paying youngsters to come and get trained, because the unemployment that we have, is not that there are no jobs for them. It's that the jobs that are available require skills that they don't have. And so we are training them. We're giving them stipends and incentives. But we're going to go one further. We have included in our manifesto a child care grant for women with children born since 2022 who enroll in a heart program, so that child care is no longer a barrier to entering the workforce and advancing their career. So if you're a young mother, which I met, and this is where this came from, I was walking in Western Westmoreland and I met a 19-year-old who told me that she had a child and therefore she couldn't go out. I came back, I sent it to the manifesto committee, we made a little video of it, the video went viral, and we said we have to do something about it. That is a government that understands the challenges, that's a government that cares, that's a government that has the right solutions for you. And for those who are on student loans, we will implement a student loan debt reset from November 1, 2025 to the 31st of March, 2026 that grants 100% waiver of late fees, penalties and insurance charges for delinquent borrowers, a 50% waiver of interest arrears and 100,000 credit for borrowers who have kept their account in good standing. My God, that is a good give back. Sam Sharp Square. For 9 straight years, we have introduced no new taxes in Jamaica's budgets. In fact, we are the only government to reduce taxes. We reduce GCT. We reduce transfer tax. We are the only government, and of course, effectively, we are the government of increasing the taxable threshold. And I want you to understand how I think. You have to be very careful with taxes. Taxes are distortionary. If you use the tax the wrong way, you think you might be giving an incentive in one direction, but you create a bigger problem in the other direction. And that's why you can't depend on a government that is just hungry for power, because they will use tax policy and destroy the economy. I hear they have a proposal for giving some tax breaks, and I soon deal with them. I'm not going to deal with it here. But for our seniors, and they have been writing to me patiently, you know, we have some very good, look, we have to give thanks for our senior citizen class. They are the ones that keep balance in the society. They are an anchor. We have to give thanks for them. So for seniors aged 65 and over, we will exempt all employment and pension earnings from income tax where total income from all sources is $6 million or less per year, because we are honoring our seniors who have built Jamaica. We will introduce a national health plan for seniors aged 60 and over that will initially cover more than 400,000 people and provide benefits for 10 chronic illnesses, and we will expand this in phases towards universal health coverage, meaning that as we move along and we can secure the income, we will move the age lower from 60 to 40, and then we go down to 30 until it's universal for all Jamaicans. But we will do it in a way that will not bankrupt the country or cause you to have to pay more taxes. Minister Bartlett explained that for workers in the hotel and restaurant and bar industries and similar establishments, we will exempt tips and gratuities from income tax up to $3 million of income. But importantly, we will pass legislation requiring that at least 80% of service charges and gratuities be paid over to employees within 3 months. That gives you a greater guarantee. We were the party that delivered $1.5 million in the income tax threshold when the PNP said it couldn't be done. We have raised it to 1.7 million and we will increase it to 2 million over the next 2 years so that your take-home pay continues to rise. Over time, we will reduce the base rate of personal income tax from 25 to 15% on a phased basis and shift gradually from direct to indirect taxation, which will allow hard-working Jamaicans to keep more of their paycheck. I want you to listen to me good. Every time I hear the PNP talk about increasing the threshold, I laugh. I laugh. Because when we announced it, them and their minions came out and said it couldn't be done. And when we got in, we looked at it very carefully and we did it the right way. Our commitment is to continue to increase the threshold the right way. Remember now, why you listen to me good? Jamaica is a country of inequity. Some people have a lot and some people have very little. Any policy you make amounts to a distribution of some value or equity. You can make policy that will give people who are already getting more and people who don't have, they get less. When you do the income tax threshold, you have to be careful that you don't ask the person who is not working to pay more tax while the person who is working pays less tax. You have to be careful. So you have to do it in a way that is balanced. And that is how the Jamaica Labour Party has done it. Gradually, gradually. So that the poor doesn't get poorer while the rich get richer. No, what we do is do it a fair way where everybody benefits. This election comes down to two things. It comes down to a promise. When we win, we're going to take GCT off electricity. Who remember that? When we win, you're going to eat oxtail and curry goat every day. Who remember that? When we win, IMF deal in 2 weeks. Who remember that? When we win, we're going to increase employment through JEEP. Those were the PNP promises of the 2011 election. Those were the PNP promises of the 2020 elections. They promised that they would settle all the wage disputes in 2011. When they win, I will never forget it, the Prime Minister at the time come to Parliament and she couldn't make her speech when she had to put back GCT and electricity. I remember the then Minister of Finance telling the public sector workers, there is no more money to give any wage increase. In fact, you're going to get a wage freeze. Never forget that speech and said the cupboard empty. PNP promise. PNP promise. I remember when them come and said them launch the JEEP. And the JEEP all know no reach. It broke down.
All them attack, all them attack. You see all them attack, all them attack.
Them tell you say you would have get oxtail and curry goat. Well, it was under the PNP that they introduced a new kind of meat kind called fishback. I don't know how many of you remember that when I had to come to Parliament and show the people that instead of curry goat and chicken, a fishback, people was eating under the PNP. That is the PNP promise. That is the PNP way. So you have a choice now of not just accepting a promise. You have a choice of looking at a government that performs. So the choice in this election is between promise and performance. What will you choose?
Them nobody like me, them nobody like me, them nobody like me, them nobody like me.
Do you notice that they can't argue with this? Not a word, they can't even fight this, because this is the evidence of our performance. You see me? I am a hard worker. Anything I put my head to, I put my heart, mind and soul in it. And I work hard. You see me talk? You see me sweat? Because I'm physically fit and ready to continue the performance for the Jamaican people. I am ready to continue in your service. I will continue to perform in your behalf so that Jamaica can finally achieve its goal of prosperity for the people. God bless you, Sam Sharp Square. Love you, Jamaica. Traveling mercies home. God give it you. The third, remember, put your X beside the bell. The Jamaica Labour Party. Choose Jamaica.
Labour right, who ready? Let's welcome the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Mr. Andrew Holness. Who was the champion?
Andrew!
Who was the big man?
Andrew!
Who run the island? Who got the best plan? Andrew. Who was the champion? Andrew. Who was the big man? Andrew. Who run the island? Andrew. Who got the best plan? Andrew. Labour right, we ready now. Labour right, we ready now. Ring the bell, them heavy now. Ring the bell, them heavy now. Labour right, we ready now. Labour right, we ready now. Get the anthem ready now. Get the anthem ready. The river coming down.
Labour rights. Some of you have a far way to go. Listen out for next Sunday. We close. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience. We close with the playing of the party's anthem.
Equal rights and justice is our everlasting song. Unity and progress will make our nation strong. Stand up for your rights when you hear the bell. Stand up for justice, hear the freedom bell. Remember Buster Man, said he served you well. Stand up Jamaicans when you hear the bell.
Yeah. Some sharp. You know I want broken. I'm here represent for JLP. You know I think already. You hear that? Watch out. And if you not say JLP, you know, girl, though. I mean, the action, you know, the brother. Yeah, hear me? Big up your PM. I'm going to be here with them. Good night, Montego be here. You know the thing, go. You hear me? Here, hey, Edmund. And if you not say JLP, you know, girl, though. You know, the action, you know, the, hey. Running in here, me the call up. She good and the pencil them use. I'm a broken here I go. G&G with a car around. What? You don't see how me I some shot. Just pass me up. Hey. Chase, girl, you want money, need chase, and them done, yeah, hotter than a more life, here, two, here. The life, here, friend, tell her where you do. Them boss of that here, black here, they must stay, but me and the girl, them can't feel struggle, I'ma make two best friends, man, this car start here. Don't me ever eye, got me to the need for glass, yes, anything. Watch out, and if you're not saying it, no, girl, no, let's show them my father. Big up all our JLP supporter. Put the X beside our bella, oh, we out here represent. Here, Father Bartley. Let me see all who represent for broker. They know one broker to represent. You hear that? Hey, some shop. Watch out. Me say me have some bread. Where me cut? And if not the head, then we are gone. Hey, Chin. Oh, we out here like every time. I hear that. Big up the team every time. I want broker. I want broker. And I'm going to be a represent for that. Me say me have some bread, what me call. And if not the hurt them, we are go. Because them real, them no fear, them no tree like snake. If me make it, everybody get a slice and they keep some bread, what me call. And if not the hurt them, we are go. Because them real, them no fear, them no tree like snake. If me make it, everybody get a. Watch out, me say my bro got them now, what's a lot. When you go. Back a boom, thumb pot. No tree like athlete. We no run jokes, okay, this. But my fear name, Africa. Hey, bad mind boy. Fear duplex, and make you and your friend.